Right. Hello and welcome back. If you can tell from the title of this video or from the background maybe, then you will know that I am home. No, I'm not home for no break. I'm home for good. I'm home for good. I have been home for about maybe 2 months, I think. So it took me a while to make this video because I did not want to come on here and make this video maybe like 2 weeks after I came home, because I didn't want to be like just like talking out of anger. I wanted to just come to you when I felt okay to tell you guys why I left Hood College. Selective few people knew. Like, I mean, a selective few knew that I was home. And that's the only because I'm not broadcasting around the world, hey, I'm home. No, that's not what I did. If you know me, then you know I was really upset about being home. So I just took a minute and didn't really tell anybody that I was home. So I just thought, hey, I'll just make a video to tell you guys why I'm home. So if you're one of those selective few people that did not know, hey, here's your opportunity to know why I'm home, sis. And take it while I'm giving it to you. I'm going to save the biggest question for the end, and I'm going to answer some of the few questions that some of you guys had, and we just finna get to these facts that I got.
This is a warning, okay? This is my experience. This is why I left, okay? Why I left. So, if you go to Hood College, if you got accepted into Hood College, if you're thinking about going to Hood College, do you. Don't go off of what I'm saying. You can. This is how I feel. This is what I experienced. Your experience may not be the same thing that I experienced. You may not feel the way that I feel. So, if you got a problem with what I'm going to say, what I'm guts to say, what I'm fits to say, however you want to put it, you might as well click off. This ain't the video for you. It was nice having you, you know. So you might as well click off right now. So
the first question that I had was, were the living conditions a reason why you left? No, it was not. It was not a reason why I left, but I did not like the living conditions. First of all, let me say that when I went for orientation, y'all, it was perfect. People were nice, mascot was nice, food was bomb-ish. I ain't like the rice, but it was bomb. Pool was great. My orientation group was great. I loved it. Like, we was in a little group chat up there. We had a little Hood 22 group chat. I loved it. My have orientation and then actually moving in deceived me. First of all, I want to talk about the dorm and within the dorm. So let's get to the room.
It's so small. It's so small.
Now, I'm speaking from a freshman point of view. So upperclassmen, y'all rooms may be different or whatever, but I'm speaking from a freshman's point of view. Our rooms are small.
It's like this. This is what we look like. That's not even a box. That's what we look like.
It was so hard trying to fit a refrigerator, a microwave, and a TV alone in the room. So imagine trying to fit that in the room, and then on top of that, you are trying to fit all your other miscellaneous items in there. It is extremely hard, y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all, it's extremely hard. So I did not like that. I did not like that at all. I felt like for it to be a freshman dorm, we could have had just a little bit more space. We had to, you know, make do with what we had, and we kind of found space here and there, but it was extremely hard to find space. It was really hard. Let's get to the bathroom. The community bathroom. Okay. All right. Y'all probably gonna say, you know what do you expect from a community bathroom? I mean, you know what?
I'm expecting it to be top notch. Okay? Alright? It wasn't.
The shower poles and stuff, like where the water came out of, it had rust on it, maybe mold, I don't know, but it probably was rust. The poles on top of it, I know it had mold on it. The drains were nasty, filled with hair sometimes. The walls, like, were scummy. They were nasty. Like, to me, it was nasty. And of course, you're coming from home, you're not used to no community bathroom. So I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, blah, 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 I'm not used to it. Of course you're not used to it. But it's not something that I was coping with well. I hated it. I hated the community bathroom so much. I really did. Things that I've used, they never got hot. Like, they weren't even hot. Like my sink at home hot. And then the shower you had to literally take maybe 10 minutes to play around with the shower head for it to get not extremely hot but not extremely cold. Probably get it in the middle. Like, I always had the shower where it was scalding hot. And no, you don't want to wash in no cold water. So of course I'm washing this hot water. But like still, like it was extremely hot. So let's talk about the elevator. The elevator was slow, it was old, and it was probably on its last leg. I'm not even gonna lie. You know how you go into an elevator and you hit the button and boom, the doors close maybe a minute later? No, you hit the button in the elevator. I mean, in the dorm that I was in, you hit the button, you gotta wait 2-3 minutes for it to close. And it kind of like jolted when it went down. It made you feel like you about to get stuck in the elevator. I'm not even gonna front.
Woo! Like, it was just, no.
Lastly, let's talk about the laundry room in this category. From the outside, it looks great. It looks great. But that's a laundry room for all the students in that one residence hall. I don't know how many people we had together, but I know it was 4 floors and at least maybe 10 or 11 rooms of dorms on each floor with 2 people in it, at least. I hated the laundry room. The washers stink. Like, they smell like mildew. They make your clothes smell like mildew. You have to run a cycle putting vinegar in there. You have to run that before you even put your clothes in there. Then on top of that, people leaving their clothes in a washer, and you don't want to be rude, so you don't want to move clothes. I'm not gonna lie, I moved clothes because I'm not gonna wait all night to wash no clothes. I'm not gonna do that. But when I first got there, I didn't want to move anybody's clothes out of the washer because I don't want nobody doing that to me. But people leaving their clothes in the washer, I mean days on at a time, they leaving their clothes in there, leaving their clothes in the dryer. And it got to the point where you had to, like, for me, I know me and my roommate, we constantly went downstairs to check on our clothes just to make sure ain't nobody touching them, because people, if you left your clothes in the dryer, people would take your clothes, set them on top of the dryer, you left them in. Like, it was crazy. People moving your clothes from the washer to the dryer, you not finding, like, maybe, like, all your socks or some clothes missing. Like, it was a mess. I hated it. Like, and we weren't the only ones that hated it.
No, sis. We weren't the only ones that were hating this.
A lot of other people that did not like the living conditions there. I'm not the only one. The next question is, was it boring? Yes. Yes, it was. I'm gonna just say, if you weren't in a group and you didn't play a sport, you bored.
You bored. That was me. Bored.
So you basically going to class and you going back to your dorm. And they advocated a lot when we first got there that, oh, you don't want to stay in your dorm all the time, and you don't want to be used to going to class. You want to get out. You want to make friends. Yes, I did make friends there. I made a couple of friends, so I did do that. But y'all saying it like it's a lot for us to do. They would have activities like a movie here and there, or like a speaker from a book coming in. I didn't want to go to that type of stuff. I mean, we are like maybe a mile or so, or maybe like 10 minutes away from downtown. I don't know, but we're not far from the downtown Frederick, and me and my roommate walked downtown Frederick, and it still ain't nothing to do.
The only thing that's downtown Frederick that I would recommend is the escape room that's down there. Y'all go to it. I wasn't able to go to it because I left, but y'all go to it. Tell me how it was, because it looked lit.
I was mad because during orientation, they like stressed so much that you would never be bored. It's a lot to do. You can do this, you can do that. And I'm like, oh yes, and oh no. Like, oh no, it's nothing to do. Like all the eateries, all the restaurants, you had to get back like on a highway or something to go there. And if you're like me or like any other student that's coming there as a freshman, you don't know your way around, blah blah blah, you don't want to keep paying for a lift to go there, you're kind of stuck. Like, you're really stuck. They did have like eateries, they had restaurants, they had a Walmart, they had a Best Buy, they had all of that stuff, but it was in driving distance. If you don't have a car, if you do not have a friend that drives, if you don't have none of that, and you're just, it's just you by yourself going to this college, you might as well just stay in your dorm. Things that are close by, eating wise, there's a Subway, there's a Chinese spot. No, I didn't eat at the Chinese spot. You can't eat at everybody's Chinese spot. So I ate at the Subways. There's a CVS, there's a Starbucks, a Bank of America, there's a supermarket, down the street from the CVS and stuff. I didn't like the supermarket either. There's a McDonald's and a Taco Bell, but that's about it. That's all you got. They do feed you there. You get a meal, you get your ID card, and in the dining hall you can swipe it as many times as you want. And then they have I think it was called the Blazer and the something shack, but it was something like you use like one of your eating passes to eat there. I liked it. I really did like it at first, but when you're there, like after like 3 weeks of being there, you get tired of eating the same thing. They did not change up the menu there. And if you wanted to do, that's what it's called, a meal exchange. If you wanted to do a meal exchange at the Blazer or the other place, there were only certain things on the menu that you could get. Never changed up the menu. I hated that. I really did. Next question is, what was classes like? Okay. The classes were small. The teachers were friendly. I don't have a problem that the classes are small, because that's what I wanted. I wanted the class to be small. I feel like I would adapt better if the classes were small. They're not small, like 10 kids small, but some of my classes were probably only 10 of us. But they weren't dramatically small, but they were small. So if you like small classes and you want to be in an environment where you can feel like you get better one-on-one, or where your professor may actually know your name, Hood is great for that. The classes are good, the teachers are good. One class that I had, I hated. It was my class major that I hated. I worked with her. I felt like I did everything that I could possibly do, and it just didn't work. I did extra problems that weren't assigned. I did the practice problems that were assigned. I looked it up. I tried to teach myself. I tried to ask family members. Nothing helped. And ultimately I ended up dropping that class. Also, let me add, you get a mentor there, but don't expect it to be your major mentor. I didn't have a strong relationship with my mentor. I didn't. I'm going to be honest with you. I did not have a strong relationship with my mentor. It was just something about it where I don't know. I just didn't, on my part, I just didn't care for it. Now, a lot of people may say, okay, you could have reached out and had a relationship with her. Yes, I could have reached out and had a relationship with her. I could have reached out and tried to meet with her and everything, but I really just felt like it was pointless. Other than that, the classes are fine. They aren't, to me, they weren't hard. They weren't really hard. Other than that, classes are classes. The question that everyone has been waiting for: why did I leave Hood College? Let me tell y'all why I actually left. I left Hood College because I could not afford to be there. I mainly wanted to go because I kind of wanted to get away. I mean, it's an hour away from where I live at, but to me it's away. And I was offered a scholarship. So I was like, oh my goodness, I would be dumb if I don't, run with the scholarship that I got. I got the scholarship, and I also got a small other scholarship while I was there, but it does not help. The scholarship that I had does not help. So what happened was, over the summer, they sent out this payment. It was $21,000 that was due. They offer you one payment plan, and it was the payment plan was based off of your how much you owed. And for me, it was saying $5,000. Who got $5,000? I don't. So I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I kind of ignored it, and I kind of wanted it to just go away. And I just assumed, okay, my scholarship, and then I'm gonna get more scholarships while I'm there. I'm gonna have the money for this. And everybody else was kind of like, no, you need to figure out a plan B if you don't. And I just wasn't listening to that. Now, come October was when they sent out an email saying, it was to all the students, but it said if you still had an outstanding balance on your account was going to be put on hold. So this was like the first email that I had, and I ignored it. I didn't pay attention to the email until they sent out a final email, like in the middle of October, where they said that my account was on hold, meaning that you can't, look at your classes anymore. I mean, you can't register for classes anymore for spring semester. You can't look at your grades, and you couldn't do something else until you pay off the balance that you have. Now, I was like, what? So I went in to, self-service that they had, and it was true. My account was on hold. I couldn't see anything. I talked to financial aid, and I told her I cannot afford this. I do not want to take out a loan, because in my opinion, if I take out a loan now to pay all of this, I'm going to have to keep taking out loans. You know how much money I'm going to owe this school? I did not want to do it. So I asked her, what does this mean since I can't pay it? I'm not going to be able to pay it no time soon. What does this mean? So she basically told me that this means that ultimately I'm going to have to leave sooner or later. And when I tell y'all, I was a mess. I was a mess. Like, I was crying nonstop. I cried to my mother, my roommate. I cried to a couple friends. Like, if you know me, you know that going to college is one of the biggest things. It meant so much to me. And yes, now that I look at it, it's not over for me. But at the time, I thought I did all of this hard work. I worked hard in high school. I got straight A's. I had the best, like almost the best GPA. I came second in my class. I did a lot. And to hear that you had to come home, not even 2 months of being there, it really hurt and it really sucked. Like, I was upset. So the main reason why I left is because of money. I could not afford to be there, even being on a scholarship that they gave me. I left before Halloween. A week before Halloween is when I left. And you gotta meet with the dean, and I did. And she asked me, what's one thing that they could do that would make me stay? And I told her, I said, I worked hard in high school. I worked hard for everything that I got, every grade that I got. I did everything that I was supposed to do, and I feel like I should have got a full ride. I feel like at that time, it was the best decision that I had to make. We had to up and leave, like that weekend, and it was crazy. It was hard for me. I mean, it was a mess. It was a mess. Other people might have different perspectives on how they view Hood College, but for me personally, I did not like Hood College. If you ask me would I go back, no. If I would have known what I know now about Hood College, I wouldn't have went. And just to let you know, the $350 deposit that you pay is not refundable. So yes, I'm mad about that. But this concludes my video, and I hope that I gave you the information that you're looking for if you're applying to Hood or if you got accepted into Hood. And I hope I answered all of your questions to why I left Hood. If you have any more further questions, then let me know. That is the end of this video, and I really hope you enjoyed all the information that I shared. And until next time.